Hello everyone, today we'll be doing Environmental Studies 1 of Standard 4th. This is lesson number 5, part 1 of the video, Water for Every Household. So let's get started. Now we all need water, isn't it? Water is very important in our everyday life. So why do we need water? Yes, we need water for drinking, we need water for cooking, we need water for washing the utensils, we need water for washing our clothes, we need water for bathing, we need water for watering the plants, either indoor plants or the plants which are in the forest, they also need water. But the plants which we put in our house, near our house or on our window in a pot, that also need water. So we use water for them. Then we need water for plowing the fields, that means for growing crops we need water. So water is very important. We need water in our everyday life. Now here some containers are shown which are used for storing water at home. Can we recognize them? Let us try. The first is pot made of brass or copper. Then it is a earthen pot made of mud. Then it is a drum made of plastic. Then what it is? Yes, it is a electric water filter. Then this is a steel tank. Then this is a surai or an urn used for storing water. Then what is this? Yes, it is a water filter. Then this is a plastic tank or a overhead tank which we put in our house for storing water. Now in this there are some old methods of storing the water and some new methods of storing water. Now if you see, this is the latest which we use in our house. These two are used nowadays. In the olden days these were not there, but nowadays we have these in our house for storing and filtering the water. Need and storage of water. Now what is the need and storage of water? We need water regularly. Now why do we need water regularly in our house? We need water regularly for washing, for cooking, for drinking. So these are the needs or some of the needs for which we need water regularly. We have to store water in the house so that we can get it whenever we need it. So for our needs we need to store the water in our house so that we get it whenever we need it. Like when we want to bath, we have the water in our house. Then if we want to drink, we can take the water from our house itself and drink it. Even for watering our plants, we can take the water and use it. Earlier, brass and copper as well as earthen pots were used to store water. In the olden days, these things were used. You must have seen your grandmother, grandparents or old people using, still many are using this for storing water. People also built tanks in their houses to store water. So in the olden days, where place was there for storing the water, these types of pots were used. Then in some houses, wells were dug, tanks were dug for storing the water. Nowadays, steel or plastic is also used to make different containers for storing water. So we have seen this types of containers for storing water. These are made of plastic or steel. Now why do you think people are using plastic or steel containers for storing water? Why they are not using copper, brass or the earthen pots? Can you think? Okay. So the steel or plastic containers are easier to clean. They don't turn black like copper or brass. Now if you see copper and brass metal, they turn black. But these plastic and steel utensils or containers, they do not turn black. They are light in weight. Now already when we fill water, it becomes very heavy. And if first only the pot is heavy, it becomes more heavy. But these plastic and steel containers, they are light in weight and they are easy to carry. So people have nowadays begun to use plastic or steel containers for storing water. Taking care of drinking water. Now how we are supposed to take care of drinking water, let us see. We should take special care of water because contaminated water can cause diseases. Contaminated means the water which is containing germs or which is not clean, that is called contaminated water, and if we drink that water it can cause diseases. To ensure good hygiene, we must have safe drinking water. So, to keep ourselves in healthy condition and to ensure good hygiene, we must have safe drinking water. The best method of taking care of water is to have a tap on the container or to keep the water container covered. Now, why do we keep the water container covered? If we keep the water container covered, it prevents dust and other rubbish from entering the water and making the water dirty or contaminated. So we have to keep the container covered. We should use a dipper to take out water. Now, can you see the dipper on the pot? Yes, we should use it to take out water. Now, why we should not dip our hands in the water to remove the water for drinking? Because if we put our hand in the water, the dirt on our hands can enter the water and can make the water contaminated or dirty. So we should use a dipper to take out water. We should wash the container well before refilling it. So when we are filling water into it, we should wash it nicely and properly. Now, do you know that water does not become stale? Now, do you know that stale? What is the meaning of stale? Stale means basi or kharab. Now, some people believe that the previous day's drinking water must be thrown away and fresh water stored every day. So, some people, mostly in the olden days, the old people, they used to have that misconception that the previous day water is dirty or is stale, basi. So we should not use it and we should throw the water every day and fill fresh water. So instead of storing the same water, they used to throw the water and fill fresh water. But this is a misconception because water does not become stale, and if we throw away the water, it amounts to wasting of good water. So we should not believe in all this stuff and we should not throw away the water because the stored water do not become stale. Supply of water. Now, what is supply of water and why it is needed? Let us see. Water stored at one place can be supplied to several places by proper distribution. Using pipes, we can distribute water stored in one place to several different places at the same time. So, let us see this in detail. Now, if you see in this picture, the source of water for the settlement or for the people is shown here as dam. Now, water is collected in the dams through rain, and this water is taken through pipe to water purification center, where water is purified or made clean for people to use or fit for people. From the water purification plant, it is sent through pipes to water tower. Now these water towers, they store water, and from these water towers through different pipes, water is sent to people, houses, buildings, residential areas or factories where water is needed through this water tower. So if you see the journey of water from the source, it is sent to water purification center. From there it is sent to water tower, and from there we get in our building tank, and from the tank the water is brought to our house, or we get the water in our house through pipes. So this is the journey of water from source to house. Now for distribution purpose, huge tanks are installed on the roofs or terraces of buildings. Now we have all seen this now. We all have water tanks or big huge plastic tanks or cement tanks on our building for storing water, and from there we get water in our house. Now these tanks are either made of cement or plastic. The overhead tanks are either made of cement or plastic. With the help of pipes, the water from these tanks is supplied to kitchens, toilets and bathrooms of different houses. So we get the water in our houses with the help of pipes. There are taps fitted onto the pipes. These help people use the water according to their needs. So we have got taps on the pipes, where inside our house we have taps. When taps are fitted on the pipes, water can be taken or shut off according to the need. So whenever we need the water, we can open the tap and use the water, and then we can shut the tap and stop the flow of water. This way water is not wasted. This is how water from just one tank can be obtained at several places in a building at the same time. So with the help of pipes and taps, we can get water, and even other people can get water at the same time. So to supply water for human settlement or for people, let us see. Lakes, rivers and reservoirs are our sources of water. So what are our sources of water? Lakes, rivers and reservoirs. Water from a nearby large water source is brought through large pipes and then is made safe for drinking. This is called purification of water. So water is brought from the sources like reservoirs, lakes and rivers, and it is made safe for drinking. This is called purification of water. Arrangements are made to distribute this water all over the town or city. This is called distribution of water. So when we supply water to different households, these all over the town or city, this is called distribution of water. Water tanks at a height. Now we all know water flows downward, isn't it? Water flows downwards, and if you want to lift water upwards, we use pumps. Now if you see over here, the water is down and the tank or reservoir is up. So how do we fill the reservoir? We make use of the pump. Now what is a pump? Machines used for lifting water are called pumps. So what are pumps? Machines used for lifting water are called pumps. Pumps run on diesel or electricity. Now, before electricity was discovered, it was not possible to raise water to very great heights. But electric pumps can help us do so. So, we can fill the tanks at a height. With the help of water pumps, water can be filled in tanks at a height and then supplied to towns and cities. So here we can see that with the help of pumps, water can be filled in tanks and then we can supply it to the towns and cities. Now, human beings cannot live without water. Can we live without water? No. Hence, it is necessary to have a source of water as close as possible to where we live. Now, in modern days, we get the water through pipes from far away places. But in the olden days, it was not possible. So, people used to settle near places where there was ample supply of water. So, that is why in olden days, cities grew on the banks of big rivers. There are many such cities in our country. Delhi, which is the capital of our country, is situated on the Yamuna river. So if you see, Delhi is situated on the Yamuna river. Then we have on the river Ganga, we have the city of Patna. Then on the banks of river Godavari, we have the city of Nasik. So there are many such other examples where such ancient cities are situated on the banks of rivers. Shortage of water. Now there are even today in many places water is not available on a large scale. In some places water is supplied by transporting it by means of tankers, and in some places people still have to draw from wells or bore wells water to use, and they have to carry long distances to take it home, and half the time the water is not potable also. So we should pay attention when we are wasting water, that in many places water is scarce and not available on a large scale like we have in abundance with us. So we should take care and not waste water. Potable water is expensive. Now, many people are engaged in the work of water purification, storage and distribution. Electricity or diesel are used to run the machines for these purposes. A lot of money is spent for this work. So, the purification plant, the machines used in purification plant, they need electricity or diesel. That is costly. Then manpower is needed to run these machines. That also requires money. So, a lot of money is spent for this work. Hence, potable water is very expensive. We should take care of potable water as it requires so much manpower as well as machinery which requires a lot of money. So potable water is expensive. Now what can we do to use water without wastage or to save water? We can close the tap while brushing. We can fix any leakage. We can use bucket and mug for taking a bath instead of using the shower. We can water our plants using water can instead of a sprinkler. We can harvest water, that is save water during rainy season. We can fix any leakages. We can close the tap when we are not using. These are some of the ways, and we can also contribute in other ways like for saving water, like using vegetable fruit rinsed water, the water which we get after rinsing vegetables and fruit, that we can use for watering our plants. And there are many other ways which we can save water. So I hope you have understood this lesson. We'll meet again in the next lesson. Till then, bye.